On January 31st, yet another act of racist graffiti was found at Needham High School. Now, this is the fourth time an incident like this has happened in Needham Public Schools since May of 2018. At the school committee meeting on Tuesday, February 5th, the members heard from the Needham High School Student Advisory Council as they discussed what they're doing as student body to sustain equity and inclusion at the high school level.
Obviously, this has been a topic which has been broached for a while now, but definitely has been more prominent in recent years, definitely with the graffiti happening more and more often in the last year or so. So at the end of the last school year, this group called SAFE was founded, and SAFE stands for Students Advocating for Equity and is led by two current NHS seniors, Tristan and Dare. And so I talked to them, and they said that their goal is to figure out a solution to the hate speech crisis that goes on in our school, especially after the walkout last year. So they're two students who are super passionate about this, but also passionate about getting other students and teachers involved and continuing the conversation. Under the header of SAFE is this other group called CCOR, or Courageous Conversations on Race. And so these are a bunch of students who have volunteered along with teachers to take up their free block to have conversations with each other about race. This first semester they did that this year, and they're starting to go into freshman and sophomore seminars, and these upperclassmen will lead those conversations about race with those students. And these, I think, right now are happening in freshman seminars and then sophomore science classes. This is taken after a model that I believe Newton North uses, and the goal is that having another student leading the conversation just makes it easier to have that discussion. And while some people were kind of like, why would you have it in a science class? Doesn't it make more sense to have it in English or history or a humanities class? But the SAFE and other students pointed out that this is a life issue, not just a humanities issue. It's just something you're going to encounter no matter where. So you should be able to have this discussion in any setting.
The idea of the equity work being in all classrooms. I mean, sometimes I even had the thought while I was reading the report before that some science is misused sometimes when it comes to diversity and equity in various ways, and it's important to recognize that we need to be very precise about our science and recognize where it's opinion versus research and how important that is at all aspects. So I think that's great. And I think I made this comment last time, but it occurs to me again that there's a real progression in the work you've done, it seems to me, and building a spirited community and then moving into somewhat deeper and more serious and more difficult issues is often a great way to do things. If you're not feeling together and connected with each other, it's hard to work on the harder issues.
You're doing all this community building, and there's another aspect of that is hearing all these different student voices, which of course is what One Day was all about, and how they are trying to find community in the school and work with the student council to make some great things happen and experiences happen for all students, not just for the student council, not just for student leaders, but for all students. And it's great that you're sharing that with the school committee and by extension the community so they hear what is going on. I appreciate that.